Grimes. Swift it. Tyson. Oh, big shoulder block. Nick Grimes. Oh, wow.
Yeah, push that trash out. There you go.
Kicks Stevie down to the floor, and now Tyson Starr going over. Hey, Nick Grimes rolling up.
Yes. Ring the bell. He was fixing to hit Diane. That's horrible.
Wow.
That's horrible to do.
Oh, come on.
That's horrible.
You are a one-sided
Gentlemen, the winners of the match, Nick Grimes and Diana.
I tell you, Dallas Monroe lays right into Chris Kilgore. I mean, takes right into it. Oh, you know, a nice bit of strategy. He pokes Kilgore into, you know, a little crowd approval. Kilgore goes to the top rope, and I tell you, Dallas Monroe charged in and went right after him. Referee Joey Lynn, he's calling him off. Yeah, he's trying. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this little worm, this stake in the ground. Chris Kilgore just slams him right into the ring post. He just slings Dallas right into this steel post. I'll tell you, he scared the mess out of Mr. Sensation. I mean, he has got it cinched in on the skull. Oh, man.
Do something. Jump in the ring.
That's a three. That's a three. Oh, my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match, and still your IWF Television Champion, Chris Kilgore.
Fans, and welcome once again to IWF Slam. I'm your host this week, the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson. I'm very excited to be here. Kimball Winstead and Jimmy Blaylock are off this week, and I'm going to be handling the hosting duties right here on WCBI. And I've got something big I want to talk about, and I've got the man right here, Neil the Real Deal Taylor, the star of the IWF, the man the fans love, and the man who has been after that IWF heavyweight title of Barry Wolf. And you're not so much, I mean, I know you want to be the champion. Everybody wants to be the champion, but mostly you want a piece of Barry Wolf, because Barry Wolf and Mr. Sensational has been making your life miserable for months now. And you finally got the commissioner to get you a heavyweight title match, but it's coming at a price, because it's not just Neil Taylor versus Barry Wolf for the IWF heavyweight title. Tonight, right here on IWF Slam, you have had to put something on the line. Something that I don't know that I'd be willing to put on the line. You would put your hair on the line against the heavyweight championship.
Well, you know, it really goes much further back than just the hair. Barry Wolf and I have been friends for years and years and years. You know, and I thought we were still friends. And then all of a sudden, in a tag match one night, tag the guy in, he turns around and punches me right in the face. We do that. We fast forward a little while further. We're in another tag match. I'm tagging with another guy that I thought was a friend of mine, El Crucia, takes the mask off. It's Barry Wolf. So,
and he punches you in the face again.
And he punches me in the face again. So, you know, if my hair is what it takes to get Barry Wolf in the ring, then that's what we'll do. Because at this point, it's a lot more about pride and I guess respect. You know, because I respect Barry Wolf. Talented guy. He really is. He's absolutely a talented guy. But, you know, why just turn on me like that? I don't understand.
Well, it seems to me, and I've watched IWF Slam since the beginning, And it seems to me Barry Wolf had an agenda when he came to the IWF, because right after he turned on you, and then he put a mask on, he turned on you again, he mentioned on TV that he didn't say, I want to beat Neil Taylor. He didn't say, I want to be the heavyweight champion. He said, I want to run Neil Taylor out of the state of Mississippi. He said, Neil Taylor has been on top here for too long, and I want to run Neil Taylor out of the state. Why? I mean, a guy who was your friend up until just recently, as far as you knew, what is this deep-seated hatred that he seems to have for you? Why does he want you out? Not just the IWF, but the whole state, apparently.
Well, I mean, you tell me and we'll both know. I'm as in the dark as everybody else is. But, you know, this Barry Wolf, the match with Barry Wolf is about so much more than just a belt, because I've been the IWF champion before. It's about more than just shaving my hair. I had to put my hair on the line to get the man in the ring. I'm going to hurt Barry Wolf. I'm going to hurt him.
It's personal.
It's very personal. You know, a guy that I thought was my friend obviously isn't, and I'm going to hurt Barry Wolf.
Well, let's talk about another aspect of this, because it's not just Barry Wolf, it turns out. Now, for the long time, it did seem like it was just Barry Wolf against you. But recently, we find out that Barry Wolf has ties to another man that you know very well. Another man that you have dealt with since the early days of the IWF. Back when IWF Slam was on years ago, Mr. Sensational. And I'm sure that's another guy that it runs very deep with, it runs very personal with. Why is Mr. Sensational still obsessed with Neil Taylor?
I don't know, and that seems to be exactly what it is, and it's an obsession. You know, 10 years ago, same thing all over again. Of course, it was another guy, Justin Envy. I don't know if he just gets in these guys' minds that, you know, and he almost like this obsession with ending me is contagious or something, or he's trying to pass this off on somebody else, because Lord knows me and Justin Envy battle all over here,
Okay.
all over the South. But you know, it seems to be every time that he gets involved, then you know, next thing I know, somebody that I thought was my friend from back in the day, here they come. You know, and it's I don't know, but obsession is probably a pretty good word to describe that. But I don't know, but you know, and you have to give them their due. It's worked for him to a certain extent. He's definitely got in these people's heads, and he's definitely done some pretty bad things to me. But I really don't know why.
Well, you know, he hasn't gotten rid of you yet, but he has got you to put your hair on the line. And you are one of the most popular guys in the IWF. The fans love you. There's always huge Neil Taylor cheering sections. There's guys and girls in the crowd with the Neil Taylor t-shirts on. And I got to think they're going to be disappointed. They're going to be upset if their hero gets his head shaved by Mr. Sensational and Barry Wolf right here tonight on IWF Slam.
Well, I mean, you got to be real. They won't be the only people that's upset. I guess I will be too if I get my head shaved. But you know, I'm willing to take that chance. If it'll get Barry Wolf across the ring from me, so I can get my hands on him, and then somehow out of that get my hands on Mr. Sensational, it's all worth it. Because I guarantee you, I will walk out of this building with some satisfaction and my hair.
Absolutely. Now, you know, like we said, the history with Mr. Sensational goes way back. And I know we've got a lot of new fans watching the show now. It's getting more and popular and more popular. There's more people watching each and every week. And everybody knows who you are. They know who Mr. Sensational is. They know who Barry Wolf is. But I don't think they really understand how far back this goes and how far the lineage of IWF goes. Tell us a little bit about your history. I mean, you mentioned some of the matches with Justin Enemy, things like that, but tell me a little bit more about your history in the IWF and your history with Mr. Sensational.
Well, you know, like I said, we go back, you know, to 13 years. And in all honesty, back then, you know, I was almost that guy. I was almost the Barry Wolf. I was almost the Justin Envy. He tried to get in my head, you know, and I guess the grace of God or whatever, I saw through it, and
Well, is that where the obsession comes in? Because Neil Taylor is the guy that he couldn't win over. Neil Taylor is the guy who didn't buy into his craziness.
Maybe it was. I don't know, but I guess I just have a keen sense of seeing things for what they are and seeing people for who they are, and whatever their justification for things, or their vindication for things, or whatever. Maybe that's his issue. I don't know. But I was almost that guy, and through that entire 2 or 3 years, he did everything. Mr. Sessions did everything under the sun to try to end Neil Taylor, to try to run Neil Taylor out of IWF, whatever he could do, and he didn't manage to do it, but he got pretty close a couple times.
He did do some rotten things to Neil Taylor over the years, and to a lot of people. There are a lot of people out there who dislike Mr. Sensational. A lot of people who would love, not only for you to beat Barry Wolf, become the IWF champion, but would love to see you drag Mr. Sensational in that ring and get your hands on him as well. Is that something you're focusing on tonight? I know the title's first and foremost. I know saving your hair is second to that. But number 3, would getting your hands on Mr. Sensational tonight be a dream come true?
I think that would be the icing on the cake. To be able to get my hands on them god-awful looking sideburns and just punch. I don't think I could be responsible for what I would do if I could get him in that ring. I think what the first thing I would want to do is what his mama should have done a long time ago, is take a belt and just whoop his butt all that building, because he's just a spoiled little brat, or he just cries about everything, but he is. He's a lot like a little kid. He's a little conniving little kid. How they'll tell you one thing, and then they're going to do exactly the opposite. Just try to stick it to you. And I don't think I could be responsible for what I would do. And I definitely couldn't tell you. I don't know. That just
well,
that would be great.
A couple of weeks ago here on IWF Slam, people saying I had the opportunity to go in the ring and speak with Mr. Sensational and Barry Wolf and the whole crew. And
you should have beaten them.
I wanted to, but So Barry, I called Barry out on some of the things he's done to you, but all the cheating and all the backstabbing and all the things he's done. And of course, he's the champion. He's not a cheater. He doesn't do anything wrong.
Oh, never.
But I pointed out to him, even though Neil Taylor is a pretty straight-laced guy, he pretty much plays by the rules and he wrestles by the book. When backed into a corner, and when having done the things that Barry Wolf has done to you, I feel like tonight we may see a different Neil Taylor. We may see a Neil Taylor who's willing to fight fire with fire to win that title and save his hair.
When I get my hands on Barry Wolf, it's not about being, Mr. Clean or whatever. I'm going to hurt Barry Wolf. It doesn't matter what I have to pick up, and no matter if I pick up anything at all. If I do it with my hands, it doesn't matter. If I get Barry Wolf in that ring, I'm going to hurt Barry Wolf, and I'm going to get some retribution for what he's done to me. And like you said, if I get Sensational in that ring, that's just the icing on the cake, because that will be 2 birds with 1 stone, whatever. I will take 12 years of frustration out on Sensational if I get him in that ring. And for everything that he's done to me, for everything that Barry Wolf has done, I guarantee you I will end them if I get my hands on them.
Well, Neil, let me tell you something, man. Tonight you get your opportunity, the one you've been waiting for. Not only can you become champion, but you can get your hands on Barry Wolf. You can get your hands on Mr. Sensational. I hope that you got somebody watching your back, because I know Mr. Sensational, where there's Mr. Sensational, there's Barry Wolf, there's more. So I hope you got somebody watching out for you in case something goes awry.
Well, at this point, I don't know who can I trust. I thought I could trust Barry Wolf. I thought I could trust El Crucia, which, was that Barry Wolf all along? Or was it?
He had a few matches, so it was a well thought out plan. If it wasn't.
I really don't, at this point, I don't know who I can trust. So, you know, when you get in that situation, you can't trust anybody. You got to take care of it yourself. And if that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do.
It happens tonight. Main event on the IWF Slam. Neil the Real Deal Taylor takes on Barry Wolf for the IWF Heavyweight title, and his hair is on the line. Neil, best of luck to you, my friend.
Thank you, Gene.
IWF Wrestling comes to Hamilton, Alabama at the Hamilton High School Old Gymnasium Saturday night, May 30th at 7 o'clock p.m. This is a live fundraising event for the Hamilton High School baseball team. Come be on IWF television with all of your favorite IWF stars Saturday night, May 30th at the Hamilton High School Old Gymnasium. Watch IWF Slam late night Friday nights at 1:05 a.m. on WCBI. IWF Wrestling returns to Tupelo, Mississippi, Saturday night, June 13th at the Salvation Army Community Center, 527 Carnation Street in Tupelo, Mississippi. Bell time is at 7:30 p.m. See all of your favorite IWF superstars for this special IWF Slam television taping event. That's Saturday, June 13th at the Salvation Army Community Center, 527 Carnation Street, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Nothing like seeing it live, so come out here and see us live. You can come out there and see is what Kimball Winstead's hair really real. Look at that. Is that a toupee you wearing?
Oh, boy.
Tell it. Look at this. It's going to be a great match right here. Awesome match.
That's right.
You never did answer that question. Is it a toupee? I got to know.
Hey, my hair's real. The question
no.
is yours real? I know the color's not real, but is the hair real?
I would ask Dennis, but he has no hair.
Joe Kane starts to lock up, but he backs up twice and complaining about Chris Adams. I believe that all that he's doing, though, is just doing a little psychology on him.
Without a doubt. Joe Kane, like I said a minute ago, he's a master in that ring, on the mat. But I'll tell you what, like you said, psychology, he can psych his man out. Whatever he needs to do to get the upper hand, Joe Kane will do it. And this ought to be a great match right here.
There's not much psychology in that side headlock, though.
Not a lot, not a lot. Just sheer power. And I'll tell you, Chris Adams, a powerful individual. He is cranking down on that head right now, Joe Kane.
Yeah, he pulled a man's hair.
Oh,
you know, he pulled a man's hair. I tell you, it's just horrible, horrible.
Two count right there by the referee. Joe Kane rolls him up once again.
It's early in the match. Doubtful that Joe Kane will get a pinfall on that little roll-up.
Exactly right. He backs Chris in. I'll tell you, a couple of nice plays for him.
Man,
Adams off the rope, big shoulder.
what's going on here? Come on, Joe Kane. Oh, my.
Nice hip toss. Down goes Kane. Arm drag. Kane down again. And once again. Adams. Well, I'll tell you, he's just toting him around one hand. Chris Adams, a big, powerful kid.
My
Big slam.
word. Did
Big
you
power
see that?
slam. Cover, gets a 2 count. Joe Kane kicks out and rolls out.
Joe Kane's got him backed in over there now once again. Rams him.
Oh, wow. Out on the floor again here.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
If there's a friend of Chris Adams somewhere in the building, would you throw the towel in for this kid?
Man.
I mean, throw the towel in for him. That arm.
This punk ought to just give up. Exactly what he needs to do. Just give up.
I wouldn't call this guy a punk after the performance he's put on
Oh,
tonight.
come on.
No way can you call that guy.
No, I did. I just did.
Chris Adams is a courageous,
I just said it.
tough young man, and I'll tell you what, he is taking Joe Kane to the limit. I know Joe's working on him.
You criticize me every time I say something. I'm tired of it. That's why you two make me sick.
I know Joe's working on him, but Jimmy, you got to give it up to this kid.
I'm not giving up nothing. He's cheating.
Look at him. He just
Using fists. Look at that. Come on. That's right. Referee's not doing anything. Oh, my God. Joe, you got to do something.
Chris Adams. Wow. Where did that come from, Dennis?
Wow.
Just a surge of adrenaline in Chris Adams. Picks Joe Kane up and slams him down.
Wow.
He desperately needs to get over on Joe Kane. Try and get the pinfall. Here we go. He hooked the leg, but I tell you, I think he took too much time right there, Dennis.
Man. 2 count. It almost had him.
Chris Adams, he's back up to a vertical base.
Uh-oh.
Pointing to the crowd to go upstairs.
Oh, no. He's going up there. He's going to the top.
He's going up, but he needs to stay on Joe Kane, guys. He needs to stay on Joe Kane.
And he's almost at the roof of this place. Look at this. Wow.
Oh, Joe Kane able to get out of the way. Dennis, like I said, he should have stayed on him.
High-risk maneuvers like that this late in the match, they're devastating to you.
No body home.
Wow. Chris Adams, boy, he had a little surge of momentum right there, and he had Joe in a bad way. In my opinion, took a little too long going up top. You know, just when he got there, nobody was home.
Man, this is an exciting match. I cannot believe all the action I've seen right here on the IWF Slam.
Without a doubt, great match. Great match. Joe Kane. Chris Adams charges in. Joe rolls him up. That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen, the winner of the match, the Prince of Pain, Joe Kane.
Joe Kane, the winner right here, guys, in singles action. What a match it was right here on the IWF Slam.
All right, we're back here on IWF Slam, and to the point that we had earlier on the show, we have the counterpoint, as I am now joined by Mr. Sensational.
That's right. What's up, Mr. Jackson?
I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right, man?
I'm doing
Last
good.
time you interviewed us in the ring, you know, you was a little bit on the smart aleck side with me, so you're going to be a little more,
I didn't think
professional
I was-
this time.
I didn't think I was being
a jackbutt or what?
I wasn't being smart aleck yet. I didn't know it was a word, actually. But
Okay. Yeah, well, in my vocabulary, smart aleck is a word. Look at
Okay.
that.
All right.
All right. Well, you know, IWF, obviously, I know this new commissioner, Dennis Upton's doing. They've hired you to come in and be the new, the new interviewer,
Face of
in-depth
IWF.
guy, the media guy, which is congratulations.
It's easy
on
for
your
you to
new
say,
position.
yeah.
But bottom line is, I know what I've had the opportunity to see the tape of what Neil Taylor said earlier, and as usual, Neil Taylor has lied. He said here, "You're a good friend of Neil Taylor. You've known him, what, 20 years?
A long time.
He's lied about the whole thing was a lie. So wrestling fans at home right now watching out on TV, man, let me get this straight. First of all, Neil Taylor said that I've hated him for 13 years. Well, that's a lie. I've hated him for 20 years. Second of all, he and you were around some back then, Gene, so I don't understand why you don't remember this. So I'm going to re-jog your memory, and hopefully when Neil Taylor sees this, he'll remember this in his memory. Back in the old days of IWF, when we were on TV, Neil Taylor, I'll give it to him. Top of his game, superstar, like you said, and to this day, people buy his t-shirts. They cheer for him. I swear to God, I got recognized out in public the other day, and the little girl said, "Hey, Mr. Sensational, I hate you." And the little girl then said, "We love Neil Taylor." So props to Neil Taylor. Now, wait, and he had his time, Gene. Back in the day, Neil was it. He's been, I'll just tell you, he was a television champion. He was a tag team champion. He was an IWF champion. He was a Southern Heavyweight champion. He's been a champion multiple times. But what he must have been bumped on his head and dropped so many times through these years that he doesn't remember Barry Wolf. So I'm going to remind him. Barry Wolf came to IWF years ago as a young guy. Mm-hmm. He was willing to sell t-shirts. He was willing to put up and tear down a ring. He was willing to put up and tear down an entranceway. He was willing to work in the concession stand. He would sweep the floor. He asked to train as a referee. Meanwhile, he was training to become a professional wrestler. He was willing to do anything and everything. He actually helped out with IWF. He trained with Neil Taylor. Neil Taylor, whether he wants to admit it or not, got in the ring with Barry Wolf years and years ago and helped train him. Barry Wolf then caught the eye of some of the executives of IWF back then. Do you not remember Barry Wolf being around back then?
I have no recollection
of
of
Barry
Barry Wolf.
Wolf.
I'm sorry, I'm not just doing that to debate you, but I have no recollection of Barry Wolf.
Barry Wolf was back there back then. Neil even traveled with him, and they stayed on the road together in hotels sometimes when they traveled. And so Neil's forgotten. That's what it is. So Barry Wolf wanted a shot back then. Neil Taylor was the champion. He kept talking about this guy named Justin Indy. I brought Justin Indy in all those years ago. Justin Indy beat Neil Taylor so many times that we got it was the it was like John Cena. Everybody got tired of seeing a Justin Indy Neil Taylor match because it was on TV every week. We beat him 100,000 times. Same way this time.
That's a lot.
Back then, may have been 100,001 now that I think about it.
Okay.
Back then, Neil Taylor was the guy. Barry Wolf wanted an opportunity. Let's just sum this up. Barry Wolf wanted a chance. Neil Taylor kept him down. He put his thumb down. He was in good with the office back then. This Dennis Upton dude that they hired, for a guy who has been on 6 months worth of television with IWF this go around, and probably if you could string together one paragraph of the amount of times he's talked behind that announce table, you'd be lucky. But now all of a sudden they give him a little power. They give him this so-called title, Mr. Commissioner, and he's up Neil Taylor's rear end. They go out together. They're friends. They live in the same part of town together. So I know everybody says I'm all about conspiracies and stuff. I know what's going on, Mr. Jackson. The IWF offices have hired Dennis Upton. First of all, he sucked as a commentator, so they thought they'd make him a commissioner. Well, he's buddies with Neil Taylor. So now he's going to give Neil Taylor this title shot.
Well,
tonight.
Can I interject one thing about
Yes,
that?
interject something. I know I'm talking a lot, but I got a lot to say. There was so much lying going on out here earlier. So many lies being told. I just want to clear that up.
Dennis Upton was a wrestler on Memphis Wrestling back in the glory days of Jimmy Hart and Jerry Lawler and all of them.
Right.
And he knows wrestling.
Is Jerry Lawler still alive?
Rumored to be, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Rumored to be. All right. Dennis Upton has a wealth of knowledge about wrestling. He has years of experience, and he's the most qualified guy in the IWF to be the commissioner. Now, does he happen to be Neil Taylor's friend? I don't know that. Maybe they are. But, I mean, nonetheless, who else would you make commissioner besides yourself, probably, in the IWF besides Dennis Upton?
I would have probably said Dallas Monroe would have been a good commissioner.
Are you kidding me? Oh, well, I know the office is based out of Dallas, right? So I guess he's right there at home.
That's
Dallas Monroe, yeah. You're going to have a guy in a mask as the commissioner.
Well, that way, he
you know why he wears the mask, right?
Why does he wear the
You've
mask?
seen him without the mask. You know why he wears the mask.
Yes, and we won't even get into that. That match last week on television was not supposed to be a career match, but we'll get into that later. Bottom line, Neil Taylor, you know who Barry Wolf is. You know who Barry Wolf was. You tried to keep him down years ago. You tried to keep him down currently. Bottom line is we have beat Neil Taylor. See, people don't see everything on TV, Gene. You know that. You're behind the scenes.
Yeah.
People need to come to the live shows because sometimes you see stuff on television. Sometimes you do not see stuff on television. Sometimes stuff is a little violent and we can't air it on television. So therefore, Neil Taylor has been beaten on television by Barry Wolf. Neil Taylor has been beaten off of television by Barry Wolf. Neil Taylor has been beaten up in the parking lot by Barry Wolf, and they would not let us air that on television due to the situation, contracts and things with the TV station.
All right,
so bottom line is Neil Taylor did not deserve his title shot, so that's why I made Dennis Upton put in the contract that we're going to scalp him. He's going to get his head scalped.
And that's just pure humiliation, right? I mean, you don't get anything
I don't get anything out of it but a big laugh. Boy, I can't.
So if Neil Taylor's walking around town,
if everybody thinks Neil Taylor's ugly now, wait till the end of this show. You know, that match is coming up next. When you and I get through talking, we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, that'll be the main event. That's the match that we've been building up to for 3, 4, 5 months now. And, you know, if I have my way about it, if Neil Taylor loses, gets his head scalped, I don't think there should even be another match between Neil Taylor and Barry Wolf. I think Barry should just be claimed the champion and stay the champion forever and just say that's it.
So Neil Taylor loses, he's bald-headed, you're proud. You're taking pride in that. That's a great thing.
I'm proud of that. Yeah. You know, even in the old days, we never had a hair match with Neil Taylor. We had our good matches, we had chain matches, we had Russian death matches.
Surround sounds at home is rumbling as you're beating this table.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited because I know what's going to happen right now. I know what's coming up next. You know.
Well, what happens at the flip side of that? Neil Taylor beats Barry Wolf. He's the new heavyweight champion, and all this is for nothing. Barry Wolf's wasted his time, and you're the manager of the ex-champion. Then what?
Well, then I guess there's a rematch clause in the contract, just in case that were to take place, Mr. Jackson. There is a rematch clause in there. We get our rematch, And we wouldn't be one of these type people. Barry Wolf is a professional. He's a good wrestler. He's not going to wait no 3, 4, 5, 6 months or a year to want a rematch. In fact, we could probably ask for it next week on television if that were to happen.
You got to talk Dennis Upton about that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. You know, Dennis Upton. I don't. You know, Dennis Upton.
Well, listen.
Not really. That just. You know.
I appreciate you coming out here. Like I said, you got to have. There's two sides to every story.
Exactly.
And we had Neil's. Now we have yours. You say he's a liar. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, and let me tell you something else. You know, Neil said something about there was this big plan in place. You knew.
Yeah.
That come from up here. I got in. You know, the whole.
So you're in his
pulling
head.
the mask off. Barry turning on him, and Neil's never saw it coming. Because let me tell you something. You know, I'll tell people this. Neil Taylor, outside the professional wrestling business, is a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Do you drink beer? Will you drink a beer?
I don't drink beer.
You don't drink beer? I don't drink either. But if somebody were to drink a beer, they would go to a restaurant and sit down in a bar and drink a beer and eat a ribeye with Neil Taylor. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
However, in the wrestling industry, in the business, in the IWF dressing ring, can't nobody stand Neil Taylor.
Now that's
They
just
can't
your
nobody
opinion.
stand him. Nobody
That's
likes
your
him.
opinion. That's
Nobody
not
likes you when you used to wrestle.
Nobody likes me now.
Nobody likes me. I can't stand it. But guess what? Are we going to lunch after this is over?
No, we're not.
We're not going to lunch. He's lying. This thing this week has been nothing but lying.
I'm not going anywhere
We're
with
going
you.
to lunch.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Your wife is with you. She already knows we're going to lunch. You're
You
taking me
think
to
she's going to be
lunch.
seen in public?
She's
She's
buying me
sensational?
lunch.
Listen, to be fair, I wish Neil Taylor good luck, so good luck to you and Mr. Wolf.
We don't need luck. We're winners.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. You got a heck of a match coming up next. Main event, Neil Taylor, Barry Wolf, and Neil Taylor is going to look good with a skint head.
This guy right here. Give me a break.
Please rise to Tupelo, Mississippi, and give a big warm welcome to your IWF Heavyweight Champion. Being coming to the ring by Mr. Sensational. This is none other than Barry Wolf.
Stand up, Kimball. I will not. Stand up. Stand up, Commissioner. Stand up. You can't get too old, old man. If I were you, I would watch when I say the Commissioner. I already took half of it, buddy. You may take the other half.
I'm standing up for the champion.
You understand? You need to stand up for the champ. See how disrespectful they are? Nothing but disrespect. Stand up, people. Stand up. I will knock your referee out. I will interfere in that match. Oh, he looks great in those glasses. Good luck for you right there. I'm going to get you, referee. Hey. Get your stinking guns. Made me sick. Hey. Fire that referee right there. That's the worst referee I've ever seen in my entire life.
The commissioner is not even acknowledging you.
Because he's an idiot and can't speak. That's what it is. He can't speak.
And I am honored to be joined at ringside.
Oh, really? Really? Oh, nice kid. Oh, no. $25 right there. $500 I mean, right there. $500. $500, you idiot.
And his opponent. Making his way to the ring.
$500, you moron.
Neil, the real Neil Taylor.
You better jerk out $500 for that sucker. I'm telling you that right now. Make me sick.
Right now, making his way to the ring, Neil, the real Neil Taylor. And he is getting his shot tonight.
They try to jump Mr. Sensation for no reason.
If he is not a wrestler, I wish he would interfere every chance he gets.
Yeah, shut up, Kimball.
Just put the chair right now. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, IWF Heavyweight Championship. It is on the line right here. Barry Wolf putting it up against the hair
This promises to be a great one.
I can't wait to see Neil Taylor ball. Everybody in this building wants to see him ball. Everybody.
I'll tell you, the commissioner came out and he brought the old trusty Clippers with him, so
I can't wait. You can hear him now. Hear it? I hear it. One more time. I hear it.
oh, I didn't know we had a sound effects guy here.
We do. He's awesome too. I love it.
Neil Taylor back in Barry Wolf End. He breaks it cleanly right there.
Oh my God, I can smell alcohol off of Neil Taylor right now. I swear I can. He's been drinking for 20 years. I don't even say he gets it power with it. Probably he's in jail.
I'll tell you, Leslie, Mr. Sensation.
You got something to say?
Mr. Sensation on the outside, he is absolutely nervous.
Who's listening? What?
I don't know. I'm not somebody ringside over there. Mr. Sensational is a nervous wreck at ringside.
Who?
Mr. Sensation.
I thought you said somebody else in the other one.
Mr. Sensational, right there at ringside. The other guy with the dye in his hair tonight.
You know, that commissioner with idiot commissioner fired you for being an idiot.
The commissioner is, you're a non-existent to him.
You know what? I could care less about him. I don't like him. I didn't like him when he was announcing. It sucked.
I'll tell you what, he's all business at ringside tonight. He is right here to my left, and he is here to keep an eye on this action. And like I said earlier, he brought the trusty Clippers out for the Neil Taylor. Neil Taylor broke it clean, but Barry Wolf spins around and gouges him right in the eye. Man. Barry just draped Neil's neck right over that top rope. Big right hand by Wolf. Another.
Barry Wolf, one of the greatest champions. Oh, they're throwing a fist.
Taylor comes out.
They throwing a fist, Commissioner.
Oh man, big back elbow and a lateral press. And Barry Wolf.
Wow. He's up there throwing fist and pulling hair. He's throwing fist. The referee won't.
Barry Wolf hits the ceiling.
The referee won't do nothing about it.
He was throwing fist first.
You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Oh,
You and that hemorrhoid over there, nothing but trouble on my side.
you are blind, I tell you.
Both make me sick. Shut up! Tell an old man, shut up.
Crowd chanting for Neil Taylor. Barry Wolf does not like it one bit.
Tell him to shut up.
Well, I tell you, Mr. Sensational. Boy, he is on pins and needles at ringside. He's
You can
watching.
tell they came out of the trailer park here and didn't cheer on Neil Taylor. All his trailer park friends.
Barry Wolf.
Think they were the trailer park friends. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Lateral press. 2 count. Once again, Barry Wolf controlling the action.
It's going to be funny when he gets up there and has to look up in the mirror and see himself bald tomorrow. That's going to be great.
Don't count your
It's the
chickens.
truth. The truth can hurt. The truth can hurt. Yeah. Let me hear the buzzers. Hear the buzzers? That's right. That's a weird looking buzzer.
guy over here. I mean,
One more time with the buzzers. There we go.
Barry Wolf. He is imposing his will right now on Neil Taylor. The referee joined in. Calling for the break. Once again, Barry Wolf on the press with the leg with a 2 count.
Referee, a slow count by the referee.
Barry Wolf taking control of that arm. Oh, man. Neil Taylor in a bad way. Neil Taylor's championship hopes is look slim right now.
I hear so many people cheer on Barry here. There's so many Barry fans here tonight.
Are you kidding me?
That's the truth. I hear a bunch of them.
The majority of the
He hears it too.
are saying go years
Go,
ago.
Barry, go. Go, Barry, go. Do I hear it?
Oh, man.
I hear some Barry fans out here tonight. Hear it? I love it. Oh, well, I hear the Barry fans.
You mean a very fan, singular.
No, I hear Barry fans. That's all. See, here go Barry Wolf. I don't hear nothing but no Neil Taylor. Except some drunk woman over there. She got drunk too. That's way out. You know, they come out of that trailer park, they want to drink y'all. Even Saturday night, go to church on Sunday. Can't be sick. A bunch of hypocrites. Let's hear it. One more time. Go, Barry, go. Go, Barry, go.
Neil Taylor.
Go, Barry, go. Go, Barry, go.
Neil in a bad way. Maybe that left arm. Left arm of Neil Taylor is hanging limp. He cannot do anything with it, but I'll tell you, a couple of nice placed chops right there. Oh, man.
Wow.
Barry Wolf is grabbing his jerk.
Nobody wants to see Neil Taylor with that belt. And it smell like alcohol in 2 days. Yeah, can you go ahead and take the belt, go around to all the breweries here in Tupelo, all the bars? It's horrible. We need to keep the belt on Barry Wolf.
Oh! Neil Taylor hammering away. Oh, man. Barry Wolf, I tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if he had to snatch that thing out of the socket. I mean, he has worn that left arm and shoulder out.
Shut up, people. Tell every woman over, shut up, sit down.
Crowd chanting, go Neil, go. I think Mr. Sensation's chanting, go Neil, go over there.
Mr. Sensation will never say that.
Neil just hammers Barry into the corner, just repeatedly backs him in. Oh, Neil stoops it.
Come on.
Inside slam.
Mr. Sensation, you better come up with something quick.
Mr. Sensational. He's cheering on Wolf. Barry Wolf having to kick out. 2 count. Referee Joey Lynn.
Good.
All right, got the kids at ringside chanting, go Neil, go.
No. Yeah, take it. Take it. Here you go. Go, Barry, go.
They took his money and they're still chanting, go Neil, go. That is hilarious.
That's not right.
He only gave him a buck. I mean, come on, what do you expect?
Little snot-nosed brats. making it in mind. Little baby. That's a disgrace. Little kids are so mean. Man, I can't stand kids.
Neil Taylor, he whips Barry out. He whipped Barry across. Barry comes out with a clothesline.
Will you shut up? Be quiet. Make him shut up, Kimball.
Neil Taylor holds him up.
He pulled the tights.
Oh.
He's pulling tights. He's pulling tights.
Referee Joey Lennon. Think about it, so he's letting it go.
Come on, Ref.
Oh, man.
Come on, Ref.
I thought that was it. Barry Wolf had his feet across the bottom strand of ropes right there.
Shut up, referee. He's not on his throat.
Barry Wolf versus him in.
Where's our commissioner going? Where is he going?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask him? Neil rolls him up. Boy, that was close. Barry charged into the corner, but Neil able to escape. Rolls Barry up for a two count. He is just choking the life out of Neil Taylor. Referee Joey Lynn calls for the break. I tell you, Neil Taylor's taking a tremendous amount of punishment in this match right here. Two count once again, referee Joey Lynn right on top of him. And well, you got to give Joey Lynn credit. He has absolutely had his hand full in this one right here. These guys have battled from pillar to post. A lot of punishment down there. Oh! Neil Taylor with a super kick.
Come on!
He just kicked the spoon.
That's your sensation. You better come up with something quick. You better do something.
Neil Taylor, he
better do something.
That was close.
I love it.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Barry Wolf took one on the chin right there. Neil Taylor trying to get back up.
He can't get up. He's drunk.
Barry Wolf
The only way he can get up, he can sit up here on the top rope.
Let's go, Neil!
knees right there from Barry Wolf. He is dropping. Man, I tell you, that shoulder of Neil Taylor.
Break it. Break it.
Absolutely.
Break it. I'll be breaking.
Taking so much punishment in this fight.
Barry Wolf is a great champion. He's awesome. Neil is nothing but a drunk, and you know it.
Wow.
He's nothing but a drunk.
Wow.
I saw him at the liquor store before he came up here. Oh, come on. I did. I saw him at the liquor store. I did too.
What a match, both of these guys.
Hey, they just spent like $500 on it.
Oh, come on, Jimmy. I'll tell you that.
Let's go, Neil!
Neil Taylor up. Oh, man. I don't see how Neil's moving that left.
I don't say he's getting up. He's so drunk.
Backdrop.
Oh!
Neil,
Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry.
oh, look at him. Now, look at him. Neil was so close to getting his hand on that ramp.
Come on, Barry.
Hey, here comes Chris Kilgore. He's got it. Thank goodness for Chris Kilgore.
He can't do that.
There you go. That's what I'm talking. Beat the snot out of him.
That's not right.
Chris Kilgore is having his way.
Oh,
Who is this guy?
look at this.
Who is this
Oh,
guy?
no, look at this. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. Look at this.
He's got something on that cloth. I can smell it.
Uh-oh. I love it.
Barry Wolf is putting Neil out. He's got that same cloth in there. And this guy comes out here. Who is that?
I don't know, but I love it. He's out. He is out.
Chris Kilgore's down at ringside.
Come on, referee. Get up, you moron.
I mean, this could be life-threatening. I mean,
He's out.
Barry Wolf is
One, two.
Wolf is put him out. Oh my goodness.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Bill Taylor's no big ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is your IWF Heavyweight Champion, Barry Wolf.
Yes.
This guy right here comes out.
Commissioner, get a ball. Shave his hand. Shave his hand. Come on, Commissioner. Come on, Commissioner. Please do it. Do your job, Commissioner. Do your job. Get those clippers out. Do your job. Do your job, old man, Commissioner. Do your job, old man. Do your job. I told everybody watching on WCBI, Neil Taylor's going to get his head scalped. Then he's fixing to get his head scalped, Commissioner.
I feel as though something underhanded went on here. I got a phone call. When I got back to the back, there wasn't a phone call. And I come back out here after sitting here most of the night watching this, and I see that Neil Taylor's out.
He's
And
drunk.
I don't know who this man is.
Fair and square.
He went fair and square. He went fair and square.
What?
Shave.
Oh my goodness. What a travesty this is. Oh no.
Get that cameraman. Get him.
Get it.
Oh no.
That's the best Neil Taylor's ever going to
I mean, this guy shows up. He
Shave it, Paul. Shave it. Shave it, Paul.
Oh man.
Look at that. Neil Taylor looks like an idiot. He already looks like an idiot. He really looks like a bald-headed idiot.
Neil Taylor is out.
I love it.
This is horrible.
He's bald. Shave it, Paul. Shave it, Paul.
Chris Kilgore out at ringside. Neil Taylor's out in the ring.
This is great. This is great.
That's the best Neil Taylor's ever going to look at.
Oh man.
And say hello to Loverboy James Hardy.
Man. James Hardy.
Once again, ladies and